I was inspired to study the horn shark because not a lot of research has been done on horn sharks. And they're a very common species here in Southern California. They're one of the very few predators on sea urchins. Urchins are a really important species because they maintain the balance whether the ecosystem is going to be an urchin barren or a kelp forest. So if there's too many urchins, they'll graze on the kelp too heavily. Horn sharks are one of the few predators that eat urchins. So if they eat enough urchins, then there's fewer urchins to eat kelp. It allows the kelp forest to grow and be a really diverse system. This is important because a lot of the species that are in the kelp forests are resources that we use. So there's a lot of fish species out there, and there's kelp as a resource. So kelp is found in a lot of our products, such as toothpaste and ice cream. If the horn shark keeps urchin populations down, it allows the kelp forest to grow. It allows us to have all these other resources that we commonly use. By doing this study, I'm hoping to learn how much of a predator that horn sharks are. I'm trying to determine if they're a key player in the kelp forest system. With this global climate change that we're seeing a lot of increased temperatures. With increased temperatures, sharks' metabolisms speed up and their appetites increase. By understanding where horn sharks move and how water temperature affects their movements, and knowing how much they need to eat, we can predict where they will move and what kind of impacts they will have on that reef. Okay, so how I do this project is I tag horn sharks with a technology called an accelerometer. It's also known as a Fitbit for sharks. So this is it right here, and I can just place this on its dorsal fin. So one half has the accelerometer, and then the other half has the transmitter that allows me to follow the shark. And these Fitbits basically allow me to know how much energy each horn shark spends, and from that I can estimate how much oxygen they need to consume and how many calories they're burning and therefore need to eat on a given day. Horn sharks are a nocturnal species, so far what I've found is that at night these little sharks have moved up to 2 miles. They have also moved down to deeper reefs following the bottom up to about 150 feet where the water temperature is colder, and then they'll move back up shallower where the water temperature is warmer. Because these sharks aren't very big and they're moving between colder and warmer temperatures, their body temperature can change rapidly, which can affect their physiology. My next steps are to continue surveying during the day to figure out where these horn sharks are choosing to rest, and then also doing more tracks overnight to figure out where these sharks are going and what they're doing in those places. And then I also want to do lab calibration feeding trials and feed horn sharks different types of prey while they're tagged with that Fitbit and see if I can identify prey signatures to be able to recognize that from my Catalina data.